If I was a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet honeybee. And if I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves. If I was a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet honeybee. And if I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand.
When did we meet?
We've known each other for probably about like 5 years. But we had the mutual friend, and I was like super good friends with him, and so that's how I met Josh. We were kind of just like acquaintances. We didn't hang out a whole lot. I didn't really know him too well, and then he left on his mission to Guatemala. And he came home, and so did our mutual friend, and so we just kind of started hanging out because of that friend, and we just like became really good buddies.
Yeah. And then you went on your mission.
Yeah. Then I went on my mission. We had never like dated or anything, but we were just friends. But one thing that was funny was that he promised me he would write me at least one letter while I was on my mission. He like promised. And then when I was like 2 weeks in the MTC, he did write me a letter, and it was a really funny letter. He just like, I don't know, he like threatened to come to the temple during our temple visit and pretend like he was my boyfriend or something.
And if you were an ocean, I'd learn to float. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and sway me like the sea.
Yeah, so Ammah got home from her mission, and I was like, I'd written her like a little bit on her mission, just like emailed back and forth, and like I didn't really expect anything to happen, but she got home and I was like, and I saw her the same day she got home, went to her house, and like, I was like, yeah, you should like text me on Facebook or whatever. She didn't have her phone yet. I was like, if you want to hang out, I was like secretly hoping, I was like, you should text me soon. And then like a couple days later, she messaged me on Facebook. She's like, hey, like here's my number, and I like texted her immediately. It's like, let's go to lunch or something. So we went to lunch at Moki's. That was fun. And then like you went to girls camp. And when you came back, I think we spent like every day together.
Because he was home during the summertime. He came home to work during the summer and not go to school. So he was going back to BYU in like a month and a half after I got home from my mission. So that's I think why we didn't expect anything to happen, because he was leaving so soon. But yeah, like you said, I got home from serving in the girls camp for a week, and when I got home for like a month straight, we just hung out with each other like every single day.
Yeah.
I wish I could do better by you, 'cause that's what you deserve. You sacrifice so much of your life in order for this to work, while I'm off chasing my own dreams, sailing around the world. Please know that I'm yours to keep, my beautiful girl.
When I first saw her, I thought she just like was a cool girl, you know, whatever. She was like one of my friends' friends. So it was like, I don't know, wasn't that like eventful, but I think it was more eventful like when she got home from her mission. And I saw her and it was just like, she looks like, I don't know, she's just like a cool girl. She looks like the kind of girl I want to marry, type thing.
When I first saw Josh, we don't really remember exactly the time when we met, just because we were just kind of acquaintances, and so, I don't know, but when we really started hanging out with each other, I just knew he was just a really good guy. He was really nice and really sweet, and I got to know him pretty well right before I left on my mission. We just became really good buddies, and so when I left on my mission, he was writing me a little bit, and I just really enjoyed his letters, and through his letters I think I could just tell that he was somebody who was just really genuine and kind of deep, like, I don't know, I could just tell that he was different through his letters, especially just because he would talk about his day, but then just talk about, I don't know, just like how he felt and his spirituality, and he would share with me some of his missionary experiences, so I knew that he had been a good missionary as well, and so I was really impressed with that, and yeah, I think that's really how I got to know him, was through those letters at first, and then when we started hanging out once I got home from my mission, I just immediately noticed really good qualities in him that were things that I was looking for. I think, like, he's just different than anybody I've ever dated before.
You don't ask for